That's because the Russians are constantly updating and upgrading and incorporating this innovative way of fighting war. NATO's not. So this notion that there's a magic silver bullet that NATO can bring to bear on the battlefield is an absurdity. The Russian military today is the most combat-hardened, combat-experienced, capable combat force on the planet because they're doing it right. They're rapidly adjusting to the realities. They do drone warfare like no one can imagine drone warfare. They're doing things with electronic warfare that have the Ukrainians confused, and the Ukrainians are pretty good. And it has NATO definitely going, we don't know what just happened there. All the things that are supposed to work aren't working. Why don't our, satellite guided bombs work? Those were wonderful against the Iraqis and the Afghans. Man, we could have satellite guided bombs. The special forces, JTACs could call them in and we're blowing people up. It's wonderful. We're a superpower. Let's use them against the Russians. And what's going on? They're jammed. They don't work. HIMARS, jammed. Doesn't work. ATACMS, increasingly jammed. Doesn't work. The Russians have an electronic warfare solution to just about anything the Americans and NATO could put on the battlefield.
Welcome back to our channel where we bring you the latest updates from the Ukraine war front with in-depth analysis and precise information. Today, we delve into the ongoing developments and the strategic moves on the battlefield. Inspector Scott Ritter has provided invaluable insights into these dynamics. Stay tuned as we unravel the complex dynamics of this conflict. As Inspector Scott Ritter has pointed out, the situation in the significant direction of Uglidar remains static at the front lines, but a lot is happening behind the scenes. Both sides are preparing resources and fortifying their positions deep in the rear. For now, nothing significant is visible at the front lines. Konstantinivka remains unchanged today. Ukraine claims that Russia has launched continuous attacks, which they have repelled. However, Russia's perspective reveals the Ukrainian videos are edited. The confirmed information is that Russia lost one tank, while Ukraine also lost one tank after a Russian armored column of 4 to 5 vehicles moved in. No major offensive signs from Russia yet, but it suggests preparations for a significant attack in Vodiane or possibly the north at Pobjeda. If Russia distracts Ukraine here and then advances towards the intersection near Vodiane, it would facilitate an easier assault on Uglidar without heavily depending on Konstantinivka. Let's delve deeper into the specifics. The Ukrainian defense around Konstantinivka has been resilient, but the evidence of doctored videos raises questions about the authenticity of their claims. The reality on the ground paints a different picture. Russian forces, though temporarily halted, are regrouping and preparing for a larger scale operation. The presence of a Russian armored column suggests a probing attack, testing Ukrainian defenses and identifying weak points. This maneuver indicates a strategic pause rather than a retreat, as Russia consolidates its forces and resources. The importance of Vodiane cannot be overstated. Situated strategically, its capture would provide Russia with a significant advantage, enabling them to bypass heavily defended areas like Konstantinivka. The ongoing skirmishes and artillery duels in the region are but a prelude to a larger, more decisive engagement. The buildup of Russian troops and equipment in the vicinity is a clear indicator of their intentions. The calm before the storm as both sides brace for the impending clash. From the north to the south, let's move on to the next critical point. Inspector Scott Ritter emphasizes the strategic importance of Vodiane. If the situation becomes too challenging, Russia might not even need to resolve it entirely. The crucial point is Vodiane because it's a lengthy stretch spanning several tens of kilometers, making it somewhat unrelated to other battlefields. Russia must secure their right flank as they attack Vodiane. To assault Uglidar via the stone field, they need to capture Vodiane or split the Vodiane-Uglidar battlefield in half. The battle for Vodiane is not just about immediate gains. Securing this region would facilitate future operations towards Uglidar, bypassing the heavily defended Konstantinivka. Let's examine the broader implications. The capture of Vodiane would disrupt Ukrainian supply lines and create a domino effect, weakening their overall defensive posture. The terrain around Vodiane, with its open fields and limited cover, favors mechanized and armored warfare. Russian forces, equipped with superior firepower and artillery, are well suited for this type of engagement. The strategic importance of Vodiane is also psychological. A victory here would bolster Russian morale and undermine Ukrainian resolve. Russia's strategy in Vodiane is methodical. By gradually tightening their grip, they aim to cut off Ukrainian reinforcements and supplies, isolating the defenders. The focus on securing the right flank underscores the importance of maintaining a stable front. Any breach in this area could have cascading effects jeopardizing the entire offensive. The emphasis on artillery and precision strikes indicates a shift towards attritional warfare designed to wear down Ukrainian defenses over time. Let's now shift our focus to the northern front. In Krasnohorivka, Russia claims to have captured 99.99% of the city. Ukrainian forces are struggling to maintain their positions with only a few escape routes left. The heavy artillery, including the formidable 240mm Tulip mortars, continues to decimate Ukrainian fortifications. The relentless shelling means that even temporary strongholds for Ukrainian forces are unsustainable. Russia's superior firepower ensures that any remaining resistance will soon be eradicated. Let's delve into the specifics. The use of 240mm Tulip mortars by Russian forces is a clear indication of their intent to break the Ukrainian defenses decisively. These heavy mortars are designed for maximum destruction, capable of leveling entire buildings with a single strike. The psychological impact on Ukrainian troops is immense, knowing that their fortifications can be obliterated without warning. The gradual, methodical approach of Russian artillery strikes is designed to create a sense of inevitability, eroding Ukrainian morale over time. The Ukrainian position in Krasnohorivka is increasingly untenable. With supply lines cut and escape routes dwindling, their ability to reinforce and resupply is severely compromised. The relentless Russian bombardment has transformed the city into a battleground of attrition. Ukrainian troops, isolated and under constant fire, are struggling to hold their ground. This situation is a stark reminder of the overwhelming firepower and strategic advantage that Russian forces possess in this conflict. Moving from the urban centers, let's take a look at the broader regional impacts. As noted by Inspector Scott Ritter, Ugledar and Zaporozhye fronts are witnessing an increase in Ukrainian casualties. The connectivity with Nevelsky front is evident as Ukrainian supply lines are severely compromised. Nevelsky's logistical challenges are exacerbated by the Russian hold on key areas, leaving Ukrainian forces vulnerable to constant attrition. The proximity to Russian-controlled territories means that any attempt to reinforce Ukrainian positions is fraught with danger. Let's examine the strategic implications. The Ukrainian supply lines through Nevelsky are critical for maintaining their defensive posture. The Russian strategy of targeting these supply routes is designed to create a logistical nightmare for Ukrainian forces. Without a steady flow of supplies and reinforcements, their ability to sustain prolonged engagements is severely compromised. The pressure on these supply lines is a key element of Russia's broader strategy to weaken Ukrainian defenses incrementally. The situation in Ugledar and Zaporozhye underscores the interconnected nature of the conflict. The struggles in one sector have ripple effects across the entire front. The Russian focus on disrupting Ukrainian logistics is not limited to direct assaults, but extends to artillery and precision strikes on key infrastructure. This multifaceted approach aims to create a cumulative impact, gradually eroding Ukrainian capacity to resist. The ultimate goal is to create conditions for a decisive breakthrough, exploiting the cumulative weaknesses in Ukrainian defenses. As we examine these supply lines, let's consider the tactical implications further north. Yasnobrodivka has seen renewed Russian efforts to reclaim lost ground. After a brief Ukrainian counteroffensive, Russian forces have reasserted control over the area, pushing Ukrainian troops into defensive positions along forested routes. With the recapture of Yasnobrodivka, Russia has closed off potential Ukrainian routes for reinforcements. This tactical victory means that any Ukrainian attempts to regroup are significantly hindered. Let's delve deeper into the specifics. The recapture of Yasnobrodivka by Russian forces is a significant tactical achievement. The area, characterized by dense forests and difficult terrain, provides natural cover and defensive advantages. Ukrainian forces utilizing these forested routes for surprise attacks have found their strategies disrupted. The re-establishment of Russian control over Yasnobrodivka is a blow to Ukrainian plans, closing off critical routes for reinforcements and supplies. The broader implications of this recapture are profound. Ukrainian forces, now forced into more vulnerable positions, face increased risks of encirclement and isolation. The dense forests, once a haven for Ukrainian troops, have become a battleground where every movement is fraught with danger. The reassertion of Russian control in Yasnobrodivka disrupts Ukrainian strategic plans, forcing them to rethink their defensive and offensive strategies in the region. From these tactical maneuvers, let's move to the wider strategic consequences. According to Inspector Scott Ritter, in Novoselivka-Mezhov, Ukrainian forces are in a precarious position. While not yet trapped, they are effectively stalling to buy time for reinforcing defenses along the riverbank. With the Russian advance on Mezhov, the next target on their list is Zelan. Ukrainian efforts to delay the Russian progress highlight the strategic significance of this route, crucial for maintaining their defensive posture. Let's delve into the details. The situation in Novoselivka-Mezhov is a classic standoff. Ukrainian forces, though not completely trapped, are in a race against time. Their primary objective is to delay the Russian advance long enough to build and reinforce defensive positions along the riverbank. The geographical and tactical significance of this area cannot be understated. The river serves as a natural barrier, providing a line of defense that, if properly fortified, could stall the Russian offensive. The next target on the Russian list is Zelan, a key location that would open the door to further advances. Ukrainian forces are keenly aware of this and are pouring resources into delaying the Russian progress. The strategic importance of Zelan lies in its position as a hub for supply lines and reinforcements. Losing Zelan would severely compromise Ukrainian defensive capabilities, making it a critical point of contention in the ongoing conflict. The broader implications of this standoff are significant. The Ukrainian strategy of delaying and fortifying is a testament to their resilience, but it also highlights the precarious nature of their position. The Russian strategy, focused on gradual, methodical advances, aims to exploit any weaknesses in the Ukrainian defenses. The situation remains fluid, with both sides vying for control over this critical region. As we analyze these defensive strategies, let's consider the broader implications for the Ukrainian front lines. In summary, the current battlefield dynamics reveal a complex and evolving conflict. Russian forces continue to leverage their superior firepower and strategic positioning, while Ukrainian forces struggle to maintain their ground amidst relentless assaults. The situation remains fluid, with significant developments anticipated in the coming days. The interconnected nature of these battlefronts underscores the broader strategic goals of the Russian offensive. By targeting key supply lines, fortifications, and strategic positions, Russia aims to gradually wear down Ukrainian defenses and create conditions for decisive breakthroughs. The resilience of Ukrainian forces, though commendable, is being tested to its limits. As the conflict continues, the tactical maneuvers and strategic shifts will play a crucial role in determining the outcome. Stay tuned for more updates as we continue to bring you detailed analyses and reports from the front lines. Thank you for watching.